I don't know, it just comes down everywhere.
What's up, everybody? Hmm.
Hi, Joanna. Any luck finding a new maid?
No, the ad ran in the paper this morning, but nothing yet. What's all this?
Well, they finally figured a way to get Dutch. We're going to always sell. But we died for you. Now it's your turn. Bang, bang, you're dead.
Oh, I've been shot.
But we died for you. Now it's your turn. Bang, bang, you're dead.
Oh, I've been shot.
Yeah, Snoop officially owns Death Row Records now. Q, Ronnie, what's up, Mike?
She's really making that jump, or let it be, or now, Chick Santana produced this, and he works with Earth God. Everybody know about Earth God. Can't control you know, Earth is.
I bet.
Earth God, the Def Jam's office. And the Def Jam because he's like, this gonna be the smash. And it was like, oh, word. Okay. So Jay was just like,
Yo.
What's good?
Nothing much. What about you?
Chilling.
Oh, Jesus. Today was a bad day.
Was it?
To me, yeah. Motherfuckers can't plan shit right. Might not go to Atlanta like I thought I was gonna go.
You was going to Atlanta?
Yeah. Actually, not anymore, to be real with you.
Why you not going to Atlanta?
Okay, because this motherfucker wanted me to perform that players ball I told you about and shit like
Yes.
that.
Yes.
So I asked the motherfucker, okay, in case I like stay in Atlanta, like if I want to get a hold of give, send me the address or whatever, right?
Right.
Motherfucker was going ghost for like days and shit like that. Then he's gonna hit me up saying about, oh well, this is the address, but we can't take any more acts at the moment. So I'm looking at myself like, fuck you then.
Wow. That's
Right.
crazy.
Fucking assholes and shit.
Crazy, man. What's good? DJ Tim
Like that
said,
shit's gonna be bumping anyway. Fuck that.
did anybody listen to Philly's Most Wanted Get Down or Lay Down? I think it's better than Lord Willing. No, I don't think it's better than Lord Willing.
I've
Good
never been a
album.
Philly's Most Wanted fan.
Good album, but I don't think they fucking with the clips at all. Fuck Atlanta. Sam said go to New York instead.
Sure, I most just say fuck everybody at this point. Cause that shit really did kind of make me mad. Like, just the unprofessionalism of this whole bullshit.
Uh, what do you think about Snoop Dogg owning Death Row? I don't know. What is it? Is he bringing back the label, or is that for just bragging rights? Oh, look, I own Death Row now.
I don't know.
I mean, if he bringing back the label, then I would hope he sign some good talent on the label again. Hey, bring the whole gang back. Let's get Warren G. Let's get the Dog Pound. You know, let's get Lady of Rage.
How about release those fucking albums that hasn't been unreleased, that's been unreleased without even touching
Right,
them? That's what I want to do.
right. Exactly, including the Tupac stuff.
Nah, leave the Tupac shit.
No, you don't want the Tupac stuff or
If
release?
it's gonna be retooled, get the
No, not
sample. Like
retool.
I want it in its
Just
original
the
form.
OG Machiavelli sessions. Just those. Twister versus Kanye West. No, I'm going with Kanye.
Kanye.
Yeah, Slow Jams was dope. That was great.
I'm tired of that song.
You don't like Slow Jams?
I used to, but they overplayed that a lot,
Yeah.
and I just got so burnt out
Bring
from it.
yes, bring Danny Boy album out. Release what's his name? Sam Snead album. Uh Release the Machiavelli OG version. All that. I don't care for him. I don't care about him going back to Death Row if he just bragging about, oh well, I own the label, but what is he doing with the label?
Let me fold these clothes right quick, and then we can start. I heard Pusha T's new song. This shit was dope.
Yeah. Yeah, the video's out already.
Yeah.
Lot of dope albums coming out. Conway dropping his Shady debut finally. Pusha T dropping Currency and Alchemist coming out. I'm excited. This is the hip hop I want to hear. We only in February. Look how many dope shit is coming out. I don't know what the hate is for Eminem, and it's really a shame that when black people sit up there and we want all this respect, Black Lives Matter, and then we turn around and racially discriminate against another race. We cannot scream Black Lives Matter and we doing the same damn thing to somebody else. I had this conversation with some DJ online about that same thing. He don't feel like Eminem got any classic albums, but Black Thought do though, right? Okay. Cannabis got a classic album though, right? Okay. Mike
Oh,
Club,
this
that ain't no
Eminem.
classic. That ain't no classic.
Which one?
Cannabis have no classic albums. Mike Club, that's not no classic.
Nope.
That might be his best album. Not a classic. Not you know you fucking with Eminem shit. Busy Bone made a B2K diss track. Are they still around?
You said what?
Busy Bone made a B2K diss track. Why?
That was a while back ago.
Who's listening to that? How does he have beef with B2K of all people? Nah, he's not gonna perform that. He's gonna perform something classic from his earlier albums. He might do Just Lose Yourself or something.
Either just lose yourself or without me.
I don't like that song. I hope he doesn't perform that.
You don't like without
Do
me?
no, do lose yourself or not afraid. Something. This man has too many fucking good songs to just do without me. Like I never liked that song.
Guess who's back?
Nah,
Shit is back.
don't like that song. That was one of his crossover poppy songs. I don't like none of his crossover poppy songs.
Okay, let me get my shit together.
Do you like Spice One and Rascast? Yes. We talked about those artists already on here. Remember Me was dope. I love that song. Him and Sticky Fingers. Sticky Fingers to me had like the best verse on there.
I agree.
I'm Back was dope. I love everything on Marshall Mathers LP. That's a classic album. Yep. All of those. I love all those.
Okay, I'm ready to start whenever you are.
All right.
What's good, YouTube? How's everyone doing this lovely Wednesday morning or Thursday morning or whatever? This your boy Reg in the building. Got my homeboy Trial with me.
Yep.
Before I start, I want to say rest in peace to Betty Davis. She was the wife, well, one of the wives of Miles Davis, funk singer and stuff like that. Definitely very popular in the 70s, you know what I'm saying? She died of natural causes when she was 76 years old. So yeah, man. And it's crazy too because I recently talked about her when I was doing my thesis too. So
Hmm.
shit's fucking crazy and stuff. And there's a documentary on it's on 2B talking about her. Either on 2B is on streaming called Betty. They Say I'm Different and
Right.
stuff like that. So yeah, man. If y'all want to know more about Betty Davis, I would definitely check that documentary out and whatnot. A lot of her albums are kind of hard to come by too. So yeah. All right. So today we're gonna talk about an artist that. Oh, you got the album. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry about
Never mind then. We're gonna talk about an artist that I'm kind of excited on talking about. Very underrated.
definitely.
Dave Hollister with his debut album Ghetto Hymns. This came out in 1999 on DreamWorks Records, which that was label formed by David Geffen and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Steven Spielberg.
Um, Spielberg, yeah. Jeffrey Katzenberg too.
Yep.
So yeah. And I think it's the Funks too. So yeah.
Yep.
All right. So this album came out in '99. It was known for singles "My Favorite Girl," "Can't Stay," and "Baby Mama Drama." Producers include Darrell Dezo Adams, Teddy Bishop, Wesley Hodges, Dave Hollister, Stevie J, John Mitchell, Gene Peoples, Jazzy Faye, Redman, Eric Sermon, Tim and Bob, Eric Williams. Guest appearances include Jazzy Faye, Redman, and Too Short.
You got Redman in the album booklet too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right. So how did you get into Dave Hollister?
Oh, well, I've always been a fan of Blackstreet, like their first album, and hearing before I let you go, and booty call and all those joints, and that first incarnation of Blackstreet to me was like the best one with him and Chauncey and Teddy Riley and Levi Little, and then like when he left the group and went solo, it was like, I still feel like he could always sing, whether he was a solo artist or like in a group, and he was great, you know what I'm saying, and I saw his unsung. I think it was like last time I saw the unsung for him, and he talked about like his how he started. He started with another group before Blackstreet, though.
Yeah.
He was in another group, and then I don't remember the other group he was in though, and then he went to Blackstreet, and then left and went and did his solo thing, and he's been underrated to me, like an underrated R&B artist, and you know that was basically like my you know introduction to him and his music, and even now like he's still doing it. You know what I'm saying? So that's I don't have like no big story. It's just like he's a great singer, and I love soulful singers, and you know he I don't feel like he gets the recognition. So it's good that we can talk about him now.
Yeah, definitely understand and shit like that. How I got to Dave Hollister? I guess you can say Blackstreet because, like I said, I knew that I first heard his voice on the songs he did with Pop. Brenda's Got a Baby,
Right.
Keep Your Head Up, but I didn't know that was Dave Hollister until
Hmm.
like years after I heard those songs and stuff like that. Until I really got to know him and
Right.
stuff like that. And I just liked how he was very soulful, but at the same time, he had a rawness, an edge towards him, which we'll talk about that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And it's just the fact that when he talked about Blackstreet, because each Blackstreet album is like a different lineup,
Right.
but that first Blackstreet lineup, that first album, was like the best one. Like the vocal chemistry between Dave, Chauncey on the songwriting, Teddy Rock. I mean, very phenomenal. And we need to talk about Blackstreet. I don't even think I have any of their albums
I
and shit
I
like
have the
that. But
first two. The first two I have the self-titled and another level.
mm,
I never got finally, and I heard finally once, but I never bought it, and I know that was like when they started to go downhill. But the first two to me are like their best ones.
okay. Well, since we got the first, so we can definitely talk about those in the future and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, and yeah, them later Blackstreet albums, like the last two, I'm good on those and stuff too.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
It was way too experimental. The only songs I liked was that song Deep. That was my joint.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Let me go deep, deep,
He,
deep.
Ronnie said he's also the cousin to Casey and JoJo. I didn't know that. And Stephanie Mills. I
I
didn't know
heard
that either.
about that. I,
Wow.
I never knew he was a cousin to Stephanie Mills though. Okay.
So they all related, Stephanie Mills and Casey and JoJo,
I guess so.
or is that like on his father's side or something?
I guess this is all news to
Wow.
me. So
Yeah, I didn't know that.
yeah, man. Definitely a very dope singer. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for singers like him, we wouldn't have like a Jaheim
Right.
or like Ruben Studdard or cats like that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So yeah, man. For those who don't know who Dave Hollister is, he is a singer that was born in Chicago and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I can't really find a lot of information from it, and I gotta be real. I didn't have a chance to rewatch his unsung episode because I just been
Right.
so busy today. But from what I looked up, like Try mentioned, he was in another group, which I forgot the name of the group at the moment. You know what I'm saying? So, but while he was in that group, and I think it was Force One Network. I think that's what it was called.
Yeah, they were doing like rapping also, right? They were rapping on
Yeah.
something.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. And so he did some vocal work, Pac, with songs like Brenda's Got a Baby
right.
and Keep Your Head Up and stuff too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But then he ended up joining Blackstreet like during like 93, 94, like and shit, and they dropped their first single, Baby Be Mine. That was on the
yeah.
CB4 soundtrack, which I have in my collection and shit.
Love that.
Yeah. Dope soundtracks too and shit like
Yes,
that.
I love the soundtrack. I don't like the movie.
Yeah, the movie I kind of grown out of the movie. I'm not even gonna hold you on that
Right.
either. So I mean, it's a good for
Hmm.
its time, but
I
rewatching it
felt
now,
like
it's just
I always felt like they were making fun of like NWA and groups like that. It
that
was
was
like
the
a
point.
parody. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was the point. It was supposed to be like a parody of gangster rap
Right.
and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I kind of prefer Fear for Black Hat more and shit like that.
Yeah, that was good.
Mm. So fast forward to 1994, they dropped their debut album, the self-titled debut, which in my opinion, a very classic album.
Yes.
That was known for songs like Before I Let You Go, Booty Call, and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Very, very, very dope album and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But then what had happened was I think he had left Blackstreet at that time because from
Right.
what I looked up, I think he had a falling out with Teddy
Yes.
Riley, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
Yeah,
same. It's the same old story with Teddy.
right.
Because each one of them, like I've seen them on other podcasts, and each one of them has talked about they had beef with Teddy because he wasn't paying them, and it was like
Yep.
other things going on with like Teddy was focused on other projects, and he is the common denominator for Guy and for Blackstreet. He's the problem with both of those groups.
Yeah. Especially when he started working with MJ and shit like that. I kind of
Hmm.
felt like that kind of took a lot of time and shit.
Right.
But yeah, man.
Johnny said off the top of her head she knows One Woman Man.
Yeah.
I think that was on the Chicago, was it Chicago '85 album or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on that album. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Um, which I heard that was some good album too.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, man. So somewhere between like the mid to late '90s, he signed with Def Squad. He started working with Eric Sermon and shit like that. Redman and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they pretty much worked on the Ghetto Hymns album and stuff like that. Which yeah, I love that album cover by the way.
Yep. It's dope.
Like all leather and stuff like that.
Yep.
And fucking fedora and shit, just smooth ass album cover.
Definitely.
Yeah, man. Like I said, we already talked about the singles and shit like that.
And
So
he was on the Eric Onassis album, the Eric Sermon album.
right, yep.
Yeah, he was on that. So he's done like some Def Squad stuff as well.
For Death Squad saved his ass and shit.
Right.
But yeah, man. So this album has about 16 tracks,
Hmm.
and let's get started. Track number one, Ghetto Hymns, the introduction featuring Redman. Love this introduction, very smooth, very melodic and stuff like that. Had like a very sensual, sexy kind of beat
Hmm.
and stuff too. So definitely did his thing on this one.
He was also on. I'm trying to think of the sequel to Superman Lover. Was it part three or part four?
Part four,
Part four. That was on what, Malpractice?
Doc's the name.
That's the name. Yes. Yeah. I remember him singing the chorus on that. Yeah. I forgot he was also on the That's the Name album, and like this song, like this little intro with the like the smooth '70s beat. It reminded me of like one of those Superman Lover sequels. 'Cause I think
Yes.
Redman was rapping on this, I think he could have like made this one of those sequels on for the album, and like he's not rapping on here, but he's just like introducing Dave Hollister to Def Squad, and I thought it was great to have Redman, he's in the album booklet, and he's also on the introduction. So it was a great like way to introduce at the time the new Def Squad artists.
Right. Definitely agree with you on that. Track number two, Came in the Door Pimpin' featuring Too Short. Another very dope track right here. You know what I'm saying? Self-explanatory. You know, just nigga on his pimp status and stuff like that too. Just like Mr. Steal Your Girl and
Yes.
whatnot too. So I fuck with this song.
And this is another artist, Too Short, that did a lot of stuff with Def Squad and Eric Sermon, and I love this joint. I thought it was like the beat by Jazzy Faye was banging. It had like a real nice smooth groove to it, nice bass line. And you got Dave talking about, was looking for something chocolate but didn't want to come out of my pocket. So he just basically like, on his pimp shit with this. And you got Too Short, who was like perfect for this track, and he's saying, I've been a Mac half my life. If I want to have your life, it won't take me too much. I'm gonna make it last all night. When you're dealing with my type, don't get caught up in the hype. I've been taking all your bitch money, and you know that Jace thing, right? So I loved his flow, and I wasn't a huge Too Short fan, but like on a lot of features I hear him on, he definitely delivers, and I like this joint with him.
Definitely. Yeah, man. Too Short was killing it with the features around this time and shit too.
Yeah.
And I think this was around the time when he was coming back in retirement because
Hmm.
he had retired with, well, took a break, excuse me, with the Get and Get album, and then he came out with the Can't Stay Away, which I had like a lot of Eric Sermon production too, which
Hmm.
need to talk about the album, but I don't have it in my collection
Right.
as of now. I have the You Nasty album and shit, but I need that Can't Stay Away because that album is fucking fire. I don't give a fuck what nobody says.
Right.
Um, Track number three, My Favorite Girl. This was produced by Stevie J and shit like that. This is like one of my favorite songs he's ever done. I've heard this plenty of times before and stuff like that. Very fire track. Nice, excuse me, nice beat by Stevie J, by the way, too.
Right. Yeah, this was dope. Definitely loved the beat on this, the hi hats and the bass line. And you got Dave basically singing about like a girl that's been blowing up his phone, knowing that he got a woman at home, and he's saying like, how you get my number in the first place. Shit ain't even listed in my first name, and like the girl was like low key stalking him. You know what I'm saying? Like he was sleeping with this woman, and she wanted to see him, and he was like, you know, like ghosting her, and when she would talk to him, she'd be like, yo, like, you got a baby, what I'm saying, you got a baby with me, and he ain't trying to hear that, and so I love it. I thought it was like a great song, and this a lot of men could relate to this song. It's like, you might like had a girlfriend at home, and she like your main chick, and then you got your side piece, and then the side piece want to be more than just the side piece, and then you're ghosting her phone calls and her text messages, and you know it's definitely a dope song.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Track number four, Round and Round. This was another very cool song right here. This was actually featured Jazzy Faye, even though he's not credited.
Right.
This was around the time when Jazzy Faye was still under Eric Sermon's wing and whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? Pretty solid song. Loved his vocals on this one too and shit like that. I fuck with it.
Yeah, Round and Round was dope. Jazzy Faye even rapped on this joint.
Hmm.
I love the beat on here. Yeah, this was a banger.
Definitely, definitely. Now we're gonna get into Baby Mama Drama slash It's Alright. Bonus him. Very dope song right here. Probably one of my favorite tracks off this album. I want to say it's like the longest. Yeah, the longest song. It's like two songs in one and shit. So it's pretty much talking about how he was going through like baby mama dramas and stuff like that. And you know the whole feeling, they mamas and shit, which I know people want to make that as a joke now and stuff like that, but it is really not funny, especially when you have to pay all that child support and whatnot, and just because this was around the time when the whole term baby mama
Right,
was coming out and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because
right,
usually people just call them skanks or tramps or whatever, but yeah, the whole this is around the time baby mama especially with that one song, "Who That Is." That's just my baby daddy. That track by that one hit one. Y'all know what I'm talking about and shit like that. Yeah, man. But this was a very solid track. Very. I love the lines when she said, "That's it. I'm sick of your shit. I'm about to bring it to you. Got to handle it. I'm about to flip, but I don't want to lose my cool. Believe me, you don't want to see me break rules, straight wild out and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is a very like it just has that right unique mixture with R&B, hip hop, and little gospel tones to it, which I fuck with.
You know, yeah, he was singing. See, back on Black Street, shit was sweet, but you want more dough? Try me in your Jeep. I love that. So right there, you already know there's like a confrontation going on with him and his baby mama, and his baby mama wanted more money, and she called the cops on him, and there's like a whole like wild situation that was going down. A lot of men could relate to that because they've been in situations with their baby mama, and I know a lot of people personally that been in that situation with their baby mama, and going back to court so that the baby mama can get more money, more child support, and they pissed off, and this was like a great song, and I love the beat and the pianos on it, and we got that little part in the song where Dave and his baby mom is arguing, and the baby mom is like, I gets mean when I don't get my green, and he's like, bitch, you better get on with that, and it it was like that whole scene is like a video, and I think he did a video for this, right?
Yeah, I believe
And
so.
it's like the whole scene is like cinematic on the song, and yeah, that's what goes down, and then like there's a hidden track also after the actual song. I don't it's not listed though. I don't know the name of the track, but I thought it was maybe the Baby Mama remix, but it's a dope song. It had a nice beat. I'm assuming it's the Baby Mama remix, but it's not listed on the album.
Mm. Yeah, I think was it, I could have sworn that was the "It's All Right" that was the bonus track.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah,
Okay, that was dope.
yeah,
I like that song too. It's because the whole track is like 8 minutes long, so it goes from Baby Mama to another track.
definitely. All right, track number six, "Cheetahlude Interlude." Pretty much the interludes were just like short kind of songs
Right.
and stuff like that. This one, like I said, he had like the church melodies, like the gospel tones and stuff like that. It's talking about a
Hmm.
cheater and stuff. So yeah, I fuck with it.
Ronnie said Alan Payne from New Jack City was in the video for Baby Mama. I haven't seen that video in years though.
Right,
That's dope. So you got G Money's in the video for Baby Mama. Cheetah Lude was cool. It was a nice acapella track. Dave always had a great voice, so he was good on the acapella.
definitely. All right. Now we're gonna have "Can't Stay," which "Can't Stay." That was a pretty solid track. Nothing to it with this one to me and shit like that. Nice songwriting and stuff.
I like it. Nice ballad, nice beat. It sounds like a Blackstreet song. It's like this song could have been on their first album. Um, and he's just singing. What happened between then and now. The love we shared was lost somehow, and it was a good ballad. It just reminded me of a Blackstreet song though.
Yeah, I hear your point about that. Trust me. Um, Next track, "Bring It to Dave." Again, another interlude that's like a song kinda.
Yeah,
What I got from this one was just like how he sees a girl and the girl's going through a bad relationship, and he's pretty much just talking about how he is a super nigga, like
right.
simpy kind of track. I hate to say it, but yeah.
Captain Saberhole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like when he's talking to the woman, he's telling the woman like, if you got problems, I'll take those problems away for you, and stuff like that. And I thought it was cool. It goes. I think it fits with the album, and you know.
definitely. And it leads into "Call on Me." This was produced by Eric Sermon and stuff like that. Very dope track and shit. You know what I'm saying? Very smooth. Definitely had that Eric Sermon kind of bounce, like that sound he was known for around that time and shit. So
Right. Yeah, like the three tracks Eric produced on here, like they were really like smooth R&B tracks. They wasn't like the type of EPMD esque, production we usually got from him. Like he really like smoothed it out on this album, and it fits with Dave's voice and the whole album tone. And I thought it was good. Definitely a nice beat from Eric, and it was real melodic. He used a Run DMC sample from Rockbox. Yeah, it's one of my favorites on here.
definitely. Track number 10, "Missing You." Nice ballad right here too and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Very smooth, very melodic. I fuck with it heavy.
Yes, another really melodic, smooth Eric Sermon beat, real jazzy. Definitely a banger on here.
Definitely. All right. Next track we got is "Keep Forgetting." This is actually the cover of the Michael McDonald song, which is actually a cover of a song by Chuck Johnson. He did the original version back in '62 and stuff too. So nice song right here and stuff like that. I like it.
Ronnie said Levi Little from Blackstreet did the guitar part on Missing You, so that's dope.
Yeah, I never knew that.
I like the guitars on Keep Forgetting. Like he had the guitars and he had the nice beat and pianos, and it was a little bit slowed down from the original version from Michael McDonald, but I think Dave did his thing. But nobody's gonna touch the original one. That the Michael McDonald one is a classic to me.
I agree. All right. Now I'm gonna get into "Come Into My Room" interlude. Um, Probably my least favorite interlude on this album, but still not like a bad interlude and shit.
Man,
Uh, Pretty like self-explanatory. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Like Dave talking to this chick, and he want her to come back to his room, and you got the girl telling him like he might not be able to keep up with her after tonight, and it was cool.
Yeah, definitely. Track number 13, "The Program." Yeah, I guess it's like pretty much just getting it in and stuff like that. Just pretty much talking about like what he expects, sexually, I guess. So yeah,
Now this is another song that sounds like something else. When I heard this song, it sounded like the Download remix, the R. Kelly track,
right.
and like the bass line sounds like the same bass line from the Download remix. But it's still a dope beat from Eric. Nice. Love the bass line on it and the keyboards and all that.
Yeah, like I said, love the keyboard and the bass line to that.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna get into "My Feelings," which is probably my favorite song off this album and stuff like that. What I got from this song, it's just pretty much him trying to apologize to his girl, and it's just like he just pretty much he knew he fucked up and stuff like that, and he just try to like beg her to stay and stuff like give him one more chance
Right.
and shit too. So I like this song vocally. It's definitely one of his best songs. Like the songwriting was unique. Like the line where he says, "There'll be no more lies, no more games. This
Hmm.
hurting feelings driving me insane because I can't live my life. Baby, I lost without you." And y'all know what y'all about to get into. So yeah, very dope.
And it's like he calls up the girl's voicemail to apologize and gets her the voicemail instead, and that's basically what he's like saying. He messed up, and well, I mean, I can see you messing up. If you got like a side piece in your baby mama, you're gonna have to apologize to somebody at some point. So I
Yeah.
think it was a good song, a nice ballad. You know,
All right. Track number 15, "Respect to Him," the outro. Um, pretty solid and stuff like a spoken word. You know, he's like giving praise to the Lord. You know, he's giving much thanking Pac for like pretty much breaking him out and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
His love for his Uncle Charles and stuff like that too. So just like him praying and singing, so I can fuck with it.
Yeah, it was cool. Thanking his family and God and all that, and that's a nice outro. Cause he
All
did
right.
he did grow up singing in the church too. So
Mm-hmm. Then track number 16, I'm Sorry, My Favorite Girl remix, which it's alright. It's pretty good and shit like that. I could have felt like it wasn't really needed or it could have been placed a little bit higher in my opinion.
right, it sounds like a totally different song. Like the beat was different. Um, the way that he was singing it was different, and it's just him singing about cheating on his woman when she was out of town, and with the other woman, he didn't mean to do it, and he's telling her like the other woman didn't mean anything. She was just a side piece, and that I think that's like the theme of this whole album. Like
Right.
went from baby mama to favorite girl, and the my feelings is like is there like a theme going on for this whole album with his baby mama and like the other woman, and I think this is like another part of that, and I liked it. I thought it was like a great way to end the album.
Understandable. And that's all the time we have for this album. Overall, this is a very dope album. I kind of feel like this album is very underrated.
Yeah,
If you ask me, it's a because at this time, R&B was still like was kind of like partnering up with hip hop. This album has like his hip hop tones and shit like that, but it was like a very strictly R&B album
yeah,
and whatnot. Very dope production by Sermon and Jazzy Faye and Stevie J
right.
and stuff like that. So I'll probably give it like a 4.5. I feel like it's a 4.5.
Right. Definitely underrated R&B album, and they don't make R&B like this anymore. And the production and the songs and the album theme, and him keeping it, him being on Death Squad, and keeping it a strictly an R&B album and not flooding the album with different guest features, and but we've seen a lot of that. There's a lot of R&B albums from like the '90s that they were flooded with like a lot of guest features from rappers, and Dave went a different route. Even though he had Too Short on there and he had Redman on the intro, but he kept it strictly an R&B album, and I love that. And even with the production from Eric, it wasn't like his normal, Def Squad, Hit Squad, boom bap production. It was like more smoothed out, and I loved it. I think it's a great album. I love, a lot of the songs, Baby Mama and the Program, My Favorite Girl, you know, Call on Me. They're definitely a great album. I'm gonna give it 4 mics. One of the most underrated R&B albums. So yeah, it was great.
Definitely. All right. I'm probably gonna stay on for another 15, 10 minutes and shit. Mm. So I saw the first episode of that Cosby documentary and shit. So
Is it good?
I mean, it's insightful.
All right.
It's pretty much talking about his history, but then motherfucker want to take certain parts of his history or his career and be like, oh, and just be like, well, he's a monster. And then people will be like, well, did you know he did that? Did you know he did that? And people are like, oh, I didn't know he did
Oh,
that.
so they're just bashing them then.
Yeah,
Did we really need a Bill Cosby documentary though? I mean, we know about him. You know,
to me, it's some house nigga shit, but okay.
basically.
Well, like I said, we don't have documentaries about Harvey Weinstein, Bob Barker, Phil Spector, but motherfuckers want to make all these black men documentaries about Bill Cosby and R. Kelly and shit. I just like, look,
Why?
even if you did it or not, I'm an equal opportunist and shit. If I want to see all these documentaries about these white motherfuckers like Elvis and shit.
Right.
fucking little teenagers and shit, you know. But hey,
Bobby Brown is next. That's in May, and they
yeah, but that's he's just doing what Janet is doing just for attention. I'm just gonna be
and
real.
I don't know what more Bobby Brown can say. I mean, we know everything about Bobby. I've seen this man in concert. He's a legend. I saw the trailer today, and he had like Jermaine Dupri is calling him the king of R&B. Like Jermaine, are you like on drugs? He might have been the king of R&B for like what, maybe 1 or 2 years. He's not the king of R&B right now. You know that man, the king of R&B, is incarcerated. That's the king of R&B to me. That man is incarcerated. So I'm like, Bobby Brown hasn't had a great album since 1992. I don't know how. You know, he wasn't even the king back then.
Hell,
That's
no,
all I'm saying.
honestly, like you had cats
I,
like Keith Sweat whooping his ass
right,
and shit.
exactly. Keith Sweat
I'll be
washed him at the
sure.
verses. Washed him at the verses. And I was picking Bobby to beat Keith Sweat, and he washed him at the verses. And he was
Like,
drunk. You got a drunk Keith Sweat that was washing Bobby Brown. That was sober. You know what I'm saying?
hell, Michael was pretty much the king of R&B
Yeah.
and shit like that. Let's be
You know what I mean? Well, I mean, like they look at Michael like he's the king of pop. You know what I'm saying?
pop R&B. I
But
mean,
Michael crossed all genres, so he could have
right.
been king for multiple genres. That's the goat. That's Tom Brady right there. He was Tom Brady for music, in my opinion, as far as I'm concerned. You know what I'm saying? And when I'm looking at this trailer and I'm seeing people like Jermaine Dupri say that stupid shit, and then Usher is like, "Oh, Bobby Brown was we needed Bobby Brown in R&B. He was like the pin. What he said, he was like the pin nail to the pin needle for R&B. I'm like, Usher, are you on drugs too? Because your career already surpassed Bobby Brown's own. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that there's a lot of ass kissing that's gonna be going on in this documentary. You know,
And
there was
I
one
hate to
there
say,
was
but
one
Bobby
point,
really.
and remember there was one point when they were throwing shade at Usher. So for Usher to even be on his documentary and say that, I'm like, do you not remember when Whitney and Bobby was throwing shade at your ass? When they were saying that
When were they doing
Bobby,
that?
they were doing that when they had the reality show. When she got on
Oh,
there,
yeah.
she was like, oh, the only king of R&B is Bobby Brown. You know what I'm saying? Usher was huge, and he had like I want to say Confessions came out around that time. I'm like, so you're saying to me that Bobby Brown had a great album since 1992, but somehow in 2004 he's still a king of R&B, but you never heard of Usher and R. Kelly? You know what I'm saying?
Hell,
So for him to even be on that documentary and saying what he's saying, I'm like, come on, Usher. How much money did they pay you to say that? Because you don't even believe that your damn self. You know what I'm saying? If we really want to get technical, the best singer in New Edition is Johnny Gill. Still, he's still the best singer in that group. And
I agree.
I hear nobody ever bring up Johnny Gill. It's always Bobby Brown, or Ralph Tresvant. There nobody. If Johnny Gill's like an afterthought in that group. You know what I'm saying? Like if like he single handedly saved that group. Like, and any heartbreak is a classic because of Johnny Gill being in that group. Because if it was just those four members, it wouldn't have been a classic like it is now. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, they had albums. Under the Blue Moon album was the only album they did with four members, and that album was not even a great album. So Johnny Gill coming into that group is why that Indie Heartbreak album is a classic. Nobody mentions that though.
There's a jealous girl in our town.
You know, I don't know, man. I'm like I don't even think we should discuss the Bobby Brown documentary. I'm like, cause we already know about the Bobby Brown already.
Man, I'm not even talking about that fucking
I don't
shit.
I don't I don't see him say anything mind blowing in that documentary. It has to be something mind blowing. Like talk about how you hooked up with Janet Jackson, because Janet didn't talk about it. She totally skipped over that. You know, give me something mind blowing from this documentary. It's like for 2 days, what are you gonna talk about? Okay, you joined the audition, you left, you had like two good albums, then you came running back, you did Home Again, and then you busted up the tour. You know what I'm saying? Like talk about that. Puff Daddy didn't even want you a part of the new edition Bad Boy album. That's why he's not on it. What else is he gonna talk about? We already know everything. You know, Whitney's dead, your daughter's dead. We already know everything. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see nothing mind blowing that could come out of that. If there is, they didn't show it in the trailer. The bigger documentary that's supposed to come out years ago. I don't know what's holding it up. There's actually a trailer for that documentary. I don't know what's up with that. The Chi Ali documentary, he had a documentary. I haven't seen that online either. There's many documentaries that I have that's been talked about and I haven't seen it. I know the Dog Pound was working on the documentary. Haven't seen it. I know Bone Thugs is working on a biopic or is
I
doing
heard
it.
about that.
I haven't seen the trailer for that either.
Hey, I'll be right back.
Yeah. Yes, I remember the Massacre Attica uh, way back in the day. I remember that. Never seen it though. I never seen a documentary for that. Better documentaries, VH1 bet behind me. I love Unsung. Unsung they like choose the underrated artists to talk about. You know, the Jets and Brand Nubian, Christopher Williams. You know, who else? They always pick like the best underrated artists to discuss that people might have forgotten about it. They don't really know like that. And behind the music was more. It was more like they're going for the well-known cats. They're going for like Red Hot Chili Peppers and Bon Jovi and Aerosmith and those artists. You know what I'm saying? I prefer like the underrated artists that's not getting that same recognition. I don't think I saw the Corrupt Unsung one, but I know a lot about Corrupt's background anyway. But it's always good to see like those unsung like I saw the unsung about Loose Ends and behind the music ain't gonna do nothing on Loose Ends. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a popular group like that. You know what I'm saying? But like everybody know that one hit single, so but we need to see more of our these documentaries on streaming. Like the Chiali documentary been done for like last couple of years, and I can't find it on streaming. The Big L documentary, there's a trailer for that, and it don't seem to be anywhere. So I don't know what's going on with those projects. I think I did see. I think I saw one about Faith Evans. If I'm not mistaken, I remember seeing something about Faith Evans.
What are we talking about now?
Unsung.
Better documentaries behind the music or unsung? Definitely unsung for me. Behind the music, mostly focuses on like the scandals in the music sometimes.
Yeah, I wasn't. a huge fan of that over those
especially when it came to the black artists.
right. Yeah.
Favorite Organized Confusion songs: Black Sunday, Fudge Pudge, Somehow Some Way, Why, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, Bring It On, Stress,
classic.
Numbers, Fudge Pudge, like yeah, all of those are classic. Straight Bullet, yeah, that was great.
I love Straight Bullet too. Very relevant song today too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
We need an unsung documentary of Faith Evans.
I thought they had one. They don't have one?
No, not that I know of.
No? I
I
saw
could have sworn they
something.
had it behind the music.
Maybe that's what it was. I saw something on her.
Yeah. Me, I don't know if I would call that unsung to be real with you.
Right. People know her.
But she had her accolades and honors over the
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, they the focus is more on underrated artists.
Now Maya,
Maya,
maybe.
I'm not a fan of Maya. I don't think she can sing, but she's gorgeous. I think she's a gorgeous woman. But I've never, I don't like her song. I never ran to buy a Maya album. You know what I mean?
Right,
But she gorgeous though. She a pretty woman.
of course.
Farrell Monch, and that would be a good one for sure. Better cartoon character, Charlie Brown or Stewie? Well, I'm gonna be Charlie Brown because I grew up with a lot of the Peanuts gang stuff back in the day. So, but I love Stewie. Stewie's hilarious on Family Guy.
Yeah, I'm going with Charlie Brown too.
And I started watching Rick and Morty. I never watched Rick and Morty in my life until when Red started mentioning them so much. So I'm on season 1 of Rick and Morty.
How you like it?
It's good. It's definitely a different type of cartoon,
Right.
But I like the fact that it's based on Back to the Future. 'Cause that's my favorite movie of all time, and I
Mm.
could definitely see them doing like Back to the Future with them, like uh, um, the shit that that they go through is just crazy.
Yeah, I gotta get back on my Rick and Morty. It's been a while since I watched an episode.
I think they're on season 5 now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's fun. It's fun. Doing all kind of different adventures and back in time and all that, and you know, you got that little kid always in trouble, always late. He's never like in class. He's always on some adventure with his grandfather. Yep.
Hmm. Let me see if I missed any comments before I head out. Yeah, I forgot Dave Hollister was involved in a near fatal car accident in '04.
Was he?
Yeah.
Wow. I don't think they talked about that in his unsung.
Like I said, I have to rewatch that. It's been years since I peeped it.
Wow. Better vocalist Dave or KC? I love KC, man. KC, like he had them ad libs and shit.
Right.
you know, those ballads, man. The Cry for You and Fiendin'. What about us? Like those are classic, man.
The cover of If You Think You're Lonely Now.
Yes, from Jason's lyric.
Yep.
Love that, man. That's just as good as the Bobby Womack cover.
I agree.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Some would probably say it's better, but I think it's neck and neck.
I've heard people say they like that better than Bobby Womack's too, so you're
Right.
not alone.
That was a great one, man. Like that really is when he should have went solo. Like when he came out with that joint, that's when he should have went solo. Favorite episode of Jamie Foxx show? Um, favorite episode. Do I even have a favorite episode? I don't even know if I have one.
When they were in traffic school and Mark Curie
Mm,
was a driving instructor,
right,
and they were pretty much ad libbing that whole scene.
right. Yeah, but that don't really count. That's still on the Jodeci album, though. And Casey was, the whole group was on the background vocals for that one. Like they took turns doing solo vocals. Like JoJo did that on Diary of the Mad Band and on the show The After Party. Casey did that. Like they took turns like doing lead vocals. So the episode with Mary J. Blige and Ron Isley, I don't remember that one.
But that was a good episode.
The Jamie Foxx show,
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, man. So I'll probably just end it off right here and shit. Tomorrow is the Being the Ricardo's review.
I saw Mike in here earlier.
Yeah, that's on too. Yeah, Mike's gonna join us. I'll probably make that 11 o'clock tomorrow, I guess.
Okay.
And we still gotta pre-record the LL Cool J albums tomorrow.
Oh God, I'm gonna just
Those
sit here and
ones,
listen.
I might not spend too much time on those
It's
albums.
the last
Just
two we doing, right? Exit 13 and
authentic.
oh Lord.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I'm gonna write anything about for those albums. I might just be like, yeah,
Exit
this
13, I
song.
might write a few things, but authentic, nah. I'm not.
Wow. And I've never heard none of these albums. I can already tell like they bad. I already know. I just get that feeling in my gut like yo, these albums were bad, bad.
Exit 13 had some
They had some
joints.
joints?
Had
Really?
some joints.
Wow. Was it better than the Todd Smith album we talked about?
Yeah,
Really? And I
in
thought
my
the Todd
opinion.
Smith album was decent. Wow. Oh boy. It's
Yeah,
gonna be
man.
interesting.
So stay tuned for those. And then, of course, on the top 150 rap album is going to be on Sunday.
Oh man.
Um,
We're getting to the top 100 now.
yes, sir.
It's gonna be serious.
It's like serious and shit.
I don't know.
Yeah, man. Appreciate this, bro, as usual.
No doubt.
And I will see y'all later tomorrow. Hope y'all subscribe and like this video.
All
Peace.
right.